This is the infamous nuclear disaster site of Chernobyl, where an explosion in 1986 had resulted in damages both in terms of its cost and casualties. Chernobyl's exclusion zone is a 32-kilometer or 19-mile radius around the plant. It remains largely devoid of life even 36 years after a faulty reactor caused a big explosion. The plant has a total of 4 reactors, and after the incident, other 3 reactors were also shut down by 2000, and it has since been decommissioned. Radiation levels have remained dangerously high in the area since the leak. In what is being seen as a disturbing and worrying development for the world, Russian military forces have taken control of Chernobyl. Russian troops reportedly entered the exclusion zone last week before crossing over into Ukraine. Chernobyl is located about 130 kilometers north of the Ukrainian capital of Kiev and could provide a path into the city for the invading forces. Experts suggest how Chernobyl would give the Russian forces a corridor to the Dnipro River, which runs north into Belarus, whose president has closely aligned himself with Putin. The Ukrainian president himself took to Twitter to convey his concern over Russia's takeover of the erstwhile nuclear power plant, saying that this was a worrying situation for the entire Europe. The Ukrainian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also warned of the dangers of another ecological disaster at the site. Significantly, 2 days before the Russian invasion, commercial satellite imagery revealed a military-style pontoon bridge at the Pripyat River, just 4 miles from the Ukrainian border. The bridge lies within the exclusion zone around the reactor, which extends across the Ukraine-Belarus border. An additional threat that is being cited due to the military takeover of Chernobyl is that increased activity may cause active radioactive spillage in the area, which so far remains uninhabited. Ukraine's parliament has reported that ever since Russian troops have moved into the area, gamma radiation levels had exceeded at a few important observation points, while one official said that dust could have been stirred up by movement of heavy vehicles. Global collaborations have been underway for a long time to lessen the spillage effect of the radioactive material from the erstwhile nuclear plant. One major achievement of this was the construction of a 32,000-ton dome around the radioactive reactor. The dome was constructed at a cost of about $1.5 billion and was funded by more than 30 countries. Now, experts worry that the invasion will pause these operations, which have been going on for 30 years and still require another good 50 years more of work. The 1986 Chernobyl explosion is often linked to the fall of the Soviet Union 5 years later, and Putin's takeover of the site can be seen as a symbolic win for the Russian president. Chernobyl could become Putin's tool to undo Soviet collapse in at least one constituent of the erstwhile USSR. While the world openly condemns Putin's invasion of Ukraine and politicians debate on what sanctions to be imposed and actions to be taken against Russia for their act of defiance, one can only hope that this military takeover of such a sensitive area doesn't result in another nuclear disaster that would have unforeseen consequences on human life. A Federal Report.